Hey YouTube, I wanted to make this video for you guys. I've had way too many people comment and want certain things answered, talked about. Just sort of want my view on things, especially some of the new Sony releases. I know I did a short video on what the products are offering you, on paper. Again, so recently, I've had a lot of chatter on my videos, including Facebook and some other medias, social media, where people have commented on certain things, which has really got me thinking into should I really do a video on this or not. And the reason why I'm doing this video is this is an uncomfortable video to do. Most people that shoot Sony will not do this kind of video. It can actually hurt them more than help them. I'm not brand specific to things, but I just want to point out a lot of people might think, oh, I just shoot only Sony. Oh, I just shoot only Canon. No, I shoot whatever I need for that job. The camera is a tool, the lens is a tool. The kind of lens that I use, frankly, who cares? You know? So more than that, I really want to get into um, what what is inside the head of a professional photographer when they're making certain decisions. Uh, Nothing against people like Jason Lanier and stuff. They get paid by Sony to say what they say. They do. He can say all day long that he doesn't. He does. You know. Obviously, they're being invited to these events, and the artisans are treated very differently than their professional photographers that pretty much are their bread and butter of their product line on who will go out there, buy it, try it, and put it to use in real life. Having said that, I've actually sent Sony 4 emails to their artisan program, even inquiring about what it takes to become an artisan. How do you even pick these people to become artisans? Um, and whatever the case might be, whatever the criteria is. Never got a response. Didn't even say thank you for inquiring. Nothing at all from Sony. So I'm gonna lead this into my next very important factor. Sony made a very bold step by creating this new G glass. And predominantly, it's not because they don't like Zeiss. And I can tell you right now, the problem is trying to get these Zeiss lenses. They're hard to get, and that's a big problem. In addition to that, they obviously figured they could go out there and make their own lenses. Uh, what Sony preached about a year to 2 years ago, which everyone was all rah rah about, including Jason Lanier, Brian Smith, all these guys that are artisans. Mirrorless is smaller. Lose the weight. This, that, and the other. Well, go look at the new G Glass. That G Glass is as heavy as any L lens or a Nikon lens. The size, it's not even there. And now their tune has changed a little bit into saying, well, size really doesn't matter. We're still very comparable. Well, that's not what you preached when you first launched this mirrorless concept. So you had a lot of people actually go out there and invest thousands and thousands of dollars into buying your cameras, misleading them by what you've done today. Because what they had going with Zeiss was kind of nice because the weight was still down, the lenses weren't massive, optical quality was outstanding. But now they've gone out there and, oh, we're going to go and actually compete with the big boys, which is fine. So when I see, videos and blog posts and stuff that are being posted by people such as Jason Lanier out there, he's a great guy. What should I shoot the Super Bowl with? A 6300 or a 6000? I mean, get real. I mean, look at the sidelines. I mean, you get hit by a L lens across your head, you and the 6000 will be done. These are not professional grade cameras that are designed to abuse, drop, break, and you're misleading people by saying to them that yeah they can do this, that, and the other. Frankly, trying to shoot Super Bowl with a camera like that, you better have like 30 batteries in your pocket and trying to change your battery every half an hour to 45 minutes using the face detection on there. They eat up batteries very fast. They just do. And that's just the nature of the beast when it comes to mirrorless. Do I have Sony products? Yeah, I got 5 of theirs. I got up to 5 cameras by Sony. You're being filmed, and this video is being made on a Sony, the HDR SR11. It's a camcorder. I use a camcorder to actually do videos because it's designed to do that. A DSLR was designed to shoot pictures, not video, but things have evolved, times have changed, and that's a different topic. Again, this has the Carl Zeiss lens that you're looking at me on. So it does a great job for me, and it takes me 2 seconds to move the files in. I don't have to color grade them. They look perfect right out of the camera. I don't have to mess around with it. So in addition to that, I have their MDR-V1, which is a music video recorder, which records PCM linear audio in there. Outstanding pieces with Carl Zeiss lenses on there. So other than that, I have a 5R, I have a 3N, and I also have the A7 II. So I've got their whole lineup and their whole gamut. So I'm not speaking from a DxO review or watching an artisan video and trying to make videos off of that. I don't get paid to do this stuff. I send people to B&H. They send me nothing. They send me nothing to review. I buy it on my own money. So going back to the topic of the G Glass, it literally took me 4 months for Sony Professional Services to send me a charger for my A7 II, which was not there in the box. 4 months. And they really feel that they can go out there and charge $2,000, $3,000 for these lenses, and they know how to deal with professional photographers? I don't think so. If that was Canon, I would have had it drop shipped to my door the next day. Done. CPS is like that. So is NPS, which is a Nikon Professional Services. So, I totally agree with what Matt Granger said in his last video, when he did a video on the G Master Glass as well, is, before you go out there and start making lenses in such a short R&D period. And what I mean by that is they are popping these things out, R&D to production, literally in 4 to 6 months. Is that amazing? Yeah. But can it really stand the test of time? Don't know. I mean, I can look at a 20-year-old Canon L lens, and guess what? It goes for full pop. Even today on eBay, people will pay almost near to what they were new. And that's because they've stood the test of time. They work. They're tested, proven before they come out. So it's not like they're coming out with a new product every 2 to 3 months. Hats off to Sony for doing that. That's great. But when you're talking about a professional grade camera, and you're talking about a professional grade lens sets that goes along with that camera system, you can't be turning stuff around that fast without even fully having it tested. You got artisans testing it in what? A studio controlled environment? Man, take that G Glass out to, Antarctica and put it in the cold like they do with the 1D bodies and the top of the line Nikon bodies, and see if it even shoots. My A7 II freezes up right around 0 degrees outside. It has a very hard time trying to shoot. You cannot compare, So all I'm saying is they're great products. I'm not saying they're not. I own them. I use them. I love them. They're awesome. But are they ready to go to that professional circuit, and are they really going to take over the world when it comes to what happens in the sports arenas and when you shoot runway fashion? I don't think so. Not anytime soon. It's a long way away. And I'm pretty sure Canon and Nikon are not sleeping either. They're just waiting for the right moment to come out with the right kind of DSLR that can live up to their standards on what they've been producing. I still have Canon cameras that are 50, 60 years old. Guess what? Sony wasn't even in the business back then doing this, and they still work perfectly fine. If you hold 1 second, I'll go grab something that's the most iconic camera that Canon ever produced. I just want to show you guys. If you guys can see this, I have to go to my shelf and grab it. This is the F1N. Sony's got nothing even close to this. You hold one of these in your hand, you got something in your hand. And this is something that is literally about 25 years old. I have the original F1 as well. I have the A1. I shoot a lot of film still, you know, just to prove a point. This thing had a titanium shutter back then, in the day. So they're not sitting around on the sidelines just, looking at Sony do their thing. They're watching very closely to what's happening as well. I'm not saying that Sony's a bad product or anything like that. Sony's a great product. I own them. I plan to continue buying their stuff. I might buy the A6300, but I'm just going to wait because every 4K camera that they've come out with has overheated. And that's a fact. No one can deny it. You can fake yourself out all you want, thinking that that doesn't matter. It does matter. And frankly, that goes to my original point. This is a still camera. It's not a video camera. It is going to overheat. It is not designed to do that, but it has that feature if you want it to. So you got to be able to live with the nuances that come with that. So all I'm saying is Sony's heading in the right direction, but they're far, far, far away from knowing how to deal with professional photographers. They really don't have that acumen yet. And maybe 2 years, 5 years down the line, they might be there, and then it might actually truly be a true contender. That's the main reason why I still shoot hybrid at this point. What that means is I have a full Canon system, and I have obviously a Sony system. I use the Sony system for very limited things on what I need to shoot, and especially the environments that I'm in. If I'm in a very messed up environment outside and this and that, I can't trust my A7 bodies out there. I can't. It's very hard. All I know is if I bang it against something, there goes that LCD. It is going to crack. It's going to break. It's not built the same. Even though it's magnesium alloy and they claim all this stuff, trust me, I've actually already damaged my LCD without even trying. And that's pretty normal. But I've had my my 1D bodies sitting around since 15 years. Works perfectly fine. Doesn't matter what the temperature is outside. Nothing affects it. So that's what I mean by test of time. So this video is not to really offend anyone. It is more to put out the facts on what's really happening in the world. I mean, I know we get fascinated by pixel this, pixel that, 4K this, 4K, and that's great, fantastic. But how are the people that buy and invest into these products being treated by the company that's building them and putting them out so fast that literally in a year whatever you bought is obsolete? Yeah, they give you firmware updates and this and that. That's fine. But you are not even letting the people digest the technologies that you're putting. And the thing that's very scary to me is you want to build a professional line of products and throw them over the shelf without fully having 6-12 months under your belt of pure testing of that product, beating it to the ground to say, I've tested it and I guarantee it to do this. And Sony really can't do that. So one last thing before I hang up on this video is the G Master glass. Outstanding idea on putting the aperture ring, but the worst thing they could have done is made it focus by wire. And they're promoting those lenses for video. It almost seems like a joke. Videographers don't use focus by wire. We need the Zeiss type of focusing on these lenses. So I'm not sure what they had in mind. Maybe their primary focus is to appeal to the photographer rather than the videographer with these. But you have put like the XA elements and all that. That's all trickled down from their high-end video lenses that they've put into this lens or this lineup. So again, they need to rethink that on how they actually approach professional photographers that have been doing this other than their artisans. And I think they need to really get people in the field that have been shooting for a good 15, 20, 30 years on all the way from film all the way to where it sits today, to become their artisans that really understand the breadth of what has happened in the last 30 years just in the the photography world. So anyway, that's just my thought. Might be wrong, not meaning to offend anyone. Please like and subscribe, and I plan to make actually some stunning videos with the A7 II and using all legacy glass. So Each video will be dedicated to a legacy glass that's legendary in its own time, but being able to show that and showcase that through the view of the A7 I'm sorry, A7 II and its capabilities. So watch for those, and subscribe if you want to watch more videos, and leave your likes and comments below. Thanks again. Have a great day.